Perfect. Okay, now I'm just going to turn down the brightness.
Nice. Okay.
Perfect. So, okay. So I'm going to come in. Hi, Mr. Midiabi.
Hi. Parsa.
Parsa, nice to meet you. Okay,
Thank you.
awesome.
Cool.
Welcome.
Hi.
So what brought you in today?
I've been having issues with some of my classes and balancing time, schedule, and stuff like that.
Okay, gotcha. Are you in college or high school?
I'm in college, my freshman year of college.
College, freshman year. Okay, and this is your first semester?
Yes.
Okay, what are some of the classes you're having trouble balancing?
That would be my intro classes, which I was told were supposed to be not easy, but kind of like a segue into college from high school.
Gotcha, okay.
Like intro psychology and elements of computer science and stuff like that.
Okay. And so is that kind of making you nervous because these are supposed to be some of the easier classes?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I say yes, but I'm assuming that's what it is, because, like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you said you're having trouble, like, balancing time. What other things are, like, filling up your time?
Well, I'm trying to join student organizations. I pledged a fraternity and all these fun things.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so just, like, trying to find time to do schoolwork and to do all these other things that you're interested in?
Extracurriculars and stuff, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So what's your current GPA, if you don't mind me asking?
I think estimated between a 3 and a 3.3.
Okay. And where would you like your current GPA to be?
Like a 3.7.
Like a 3.7?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Good stuff. Where was it like in high school?
In high school, I had a 3.56.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, so 3.7 makes sense. Okay, so how many hours a week do you spend studying?
It depends on the class. So,
Okay.
like, computer science, I'll log, like, 10 to 15 hours a week. And then intro psychology, I'll log, like, 2. I don't know what else. I don't know. I'm being honest, yeah.
No, yeah, totally. So is there any, like, reason for, like, the big differences in, like, the way that you spend your time according to classes?
Well, I really find psychology interesting,
Mm-hmm.
but my computer science is like my major.
Gotcha.
And honestly, I don't really know what I'm doing. And the more hours I put into it, it seems like the worse I get.
You don't know what you're doing. What do you mean by that? Like in computer science?
Like, yeah, like I'll just stare at the screen for like 2 hours and not get anything done.
Gotcha. That sounds really frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like work? Have you ever tried like working with somebody else or like?
No, I don't really like interacting with other people. It's kind of not my thing. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, I'm an introvert, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. You're an introvert, but you're in a fraternity.
Well, I'm pledging a fraternity.
You're pledging a fraternity.
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
And that's not going that well either. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah.
What's going on with that?
Just not my style. Not what I expected.
Okay.
Actually, what I expected. I was just hoping it'd be more liberal.
Oh, okay. You were hoping to be proven wrong, maybe?
Yes.
You did.
You know, I try new things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
I mean, I don't think it's bad or anything. It's just that it's not my thing.
That makes sense. Yeah. Totally. Okay, so, and your like studying habits kind of like vary from week to week depending on your social schedule or not?
My social schedule isn't really all that demanding. It's just kind of like my own lack of what's the word?
Like volition?
Not like, yeah, I guess, yeah. Like I just like if I sit down to do it, I'll get distracted easily.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense. Where do you usually study?
Either at my place or at the PCL.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
usually
are those
5th floor PCL.
5th floor PCL. Are those like pretty good places for you to like study at? Like, do you feel like you get a lot done there?
For my psychology class, yes. And my other classes, I'm not having trouble with. They're like UGS and stuff. But I mean, for comp sci, not so much. Because I do well studying, but I hate when it's too quiet. Because then every tiny sound kind of distracts me. But then if it's like, if there's moderate sound in the background, I can tone it out. I don't know, it's weird.
No, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Actually. So how has like the transition from like high school to college been going for you?
It's going well. I feel like other people are adjusting better than I am. Maybe it's because I'm so far from home.
Okay. What evidence do you have like for that perception that like other people are doing better than you?
I feel like I'm the worst person in my class because
No.
like it's an intro level class, but it just seems like everyone kind of like meshes together well, and I'm just sitting there like in the middle, like watching it all happen.
Like socially?
Not
Or
social. I mean, not really socially. Just kind of like because like it's like an interactive class. There's like discussion based, and there's like discussions on like certain days of the week, and like it seems like everyone like is up to speed. It seems like people knew things coming into the class that I didn't
that
know,
you didn't know.
especially my comp sci class. I
Okay.
feel like everyone had their own side project, and I was just like, herp derp, let's go, like, let's go be a major that's deals with computers and stuff. Yeah,
That sounds kind of intimidating.
a little bit.
That's really cool that you're like doing it anyways, though.
I feel like it's forced upon me, but yeah.
Forced upon you by.
I mean, like my parents always wanted me to like be super intelligent and like mathy.
And you don't think that you're that way?
I'm not bad at math.
Mm.
I think I'm really good at math. It's just that I don't find it interesting.
Okay.
You know, like I can. I mean, I'm not the best, but like if I really work at it, I can get it done.
Okay.
I just don't want to, and I think. I mean, like I'm thinking like maybe that's like the articles that you're on. Maybe that's why I'm not doing as well as I expected of myself in my comp sci class.
Because of the pressure? Because like you're.
Well, the pressure of like having to do well, like obviously, like I have to get my GPA up. Like it's not like
Mhm.
it's not just enough to get like a B plus. It has to be an A. You know.
For your parents?
Or
for you?
I mean, my parents are supportive, but they're just happy I'm being a comp sci major. But like, it's kind of like a pressure I put on myself because they've never made any like verbal like you need to do this. But like, I see the smile on their face when they know that I'm like putting an effort to do something, and like I don't want to disappoint them, you know, because they've sacrificed so much for me.
So you like really want to make your parents happy, and that's like part of your motivation to do well.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe also some of the pressure to do well.
Yeah, of course. Plus, I mean, like I need a job when I graduate in a
Yeah.
couple of years, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, these are all. I mean, they're valid worries and like desires.
I feel like everyone has these worries.
Yeah.
So
No, definitely.
I hope everyone has these worries.
Yeah, everyone has these worries. You're definitely
Yeah.
not alone. But so have you ever like, I don't know if there wasn't like that pressure there, have you ever thought about what you might study in that situation?
Really, no, honestly. Like, I don't really know what I want to do. Because, I mean, in high school, it was like math. And then there was a brief year where I joined the debate team. And I was like, maybe I want to be a lawyer or like international human rights activist. And then I'm just like, nah. So, I don't really know. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
But, I kind of just feel like I'm flip-flopping back and forth.
Like between like what you think you want to do?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
there's so many options that you just don't know what you're missing out on.
Yeah, definitely. Like fear of missing out, but in a really like big
Yeah,
way.
I mean, like, if I'm like,
It's
oh, this is,
definitely a
I
thing.
enjoy this, and then like 5 years later, I'm like, I hate my life. Why didn't they take that intro to sociology class or whatever? Like, I don't know, just like intro to, you know,
Yeah, definitely.
biology.
What are like some of the things that you're flip flopping between, like specifically?
Well, right now, I'm doing comp sci. I'm taking an intro psychology course, but then my friends, my suite mates, tell me that they're taking these like courses that help them interact with other people and stuff, and I think that's interesting. I think it would help me break out of my shell.
If you took classes
That
that
would
helped
like,
you.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But at the same time, I'm kind of just like, who has time for that anyways? Like, who I, you know? And then I think like human anatomy is interesting. I like being fit, which is odd because like I don't know, because like whenever I like work out or go for a jog, I put on my headphones and like I'm in my own world. I just run. So it's nice to see everything but have your own thoughts. No, that sounds really crazy.
Interesting.
That
No,
sounds really crazy.
That
But I
doesn't
mean,
sound crazy at all.
Yeah.
That actually sounds like really interesting. Like, what do you mean, like, to see everything but have your own thoughts?
well, because like, you know when like the saying, this is kind of random, but you know the saying that like before you interfere with something, it's not really a saying, but like thought of like before you interfere, like make sure you know the full story.
Kind of, yeah.
Like yeah. So it's kind of like one of those things. So I like imagine my own stories as I'm. So I see something like just like a cat chasing or a dog chasing a cat, or like two people talking. I imagine like what they're saying as I'm jogging by them or something.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Can't do it at the gym though because then I'm staring and like lifting and just staring at people like going, what the fuck is wrong? What the heck is wrong with that guy? Like, what is he doing? I'm like, oh my bad.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so you like kind of anatomy and like classes that like help you interact with other
Well,
people.
I mean, yeah, I think I do because I
You
don't
think you
really
do?
have an exposure to them. And high school is always about the grade.
Okay.
That's for sure.
And now that you're in college.
Yeah, it's just like this huge responsibility of like choose a path and make something of yourself, live the dream,
And
like,
love it.
And love it. Do something you love, but make sure you can pay for it, or like make sure it pays well. And like, I mean, I don't consider myself an artsy person, so like that's obviously like more power to you. But like, I'm not like struggling between that. I'm struggling between like genuine like biology, computer science, psychology, just like things that are interesting that you can't just pick up in a day.
Yeah.
Totally.
What intro courses are you in? Because usually like intro courses tend to be that in college.
So I only got like 12 to 15 hours from graduation, from like testing out my senior year. So like I'm mainly filling out core requirements.
Okay.
So I'm taking an intro to government, intro to psychology, to VAPA, not a VAPA. I'm sorry. Doing that next semester. Intro to comp sci, and then intro to language course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel like these like intro courses are like helping you kind of like cathartically look at those other paths and see what you might find, or are they not
yes
enough?
and no, because like the intro to psychology is really interesting. Like that's something I like kind of hooked on. I took that in high school, and so that was like cool. And then I get to like college level, and I'm like, oh, I thought of new stuff. I don't know, Jack. All right, fantastic. Computer science is just destroying me, and that's an intro course. But I mean, like from what people have told me,
like grade wise or like confidence wise?
Confidence wise.
Because it sounds like your grades are pretty high.
Yeah, like my grade isn't bad, but like it's the sheer like I'll spend like 3 hours on one assignment, and then sometimes and then when I was like, oh, I finished that in like 45 minutes. I'd be like, well, 3 hours later, I'm still sitting here on the computer trying to figure this out.
That's really amazing though that you're like willing to work that hard.
Well, I mean, keep in mind I'm behind a computer, so like really, if I'm not doing the assignment, I'm probably like on Facebook or something. And like, I mean, not to like discredit it, because I am like trying. It's just that like, I can't just stare at numbers for 3 hours and not get distracted a little bit.
Yeah, that makes sense. If you like didn't, it sounds like a lot of, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like a lot of your discouragement and like apprehension about computer science and psychology has to do with the fact that you feel like other people like know more about the subjects than you, or that you know less than you thought you did. Is that true?
I'd say more of the former than the latter, because like
that more people know.
It's just like
people know more than you. You feel like
because I feel like in college, it's like everyone moves at their own pace, and I always remind myself of that. But at the same time, like I always imagine myself being smarter than most people around me. So not being the smartest person in the room is new to me, and so it's very discouraging. I feel like it's an obstacle I have to overcome because it's like, I mean, I don't know. It's like going from like, oh, I'm the one who finishes everything first to, oh, I'm the one who is asking for help or needs to be asking for help.
Yeah. No, that's definitely like a hard, like, switching of roles, especially when you're not expecting to find that. Yeah. I hear that from like a lot of kids at UT though that I talk to, just because like this is a really good school, and like a lot of the, I mean, top 10% of a lot of other schools come here, and so people end up being like the smartest in their classes in high school, and then they come here and they feel like they're not anymore, which is hard, but at the same time it really like grows people. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, like, I always knew that like people not everyone can be the best. I just always imagine myself being one of those people who are the best, and being proven
So being
wrong.
the exception to the
being
rule?
the exception to the rule. And, like, it kind of really sucks. I
Pretty
mean, like,
sure
it
everyone
really,
else is in the same
exactly.
boat.
And, like, it really checks your ego.
Yeah.
But I feel like that was all I had going for me. So.
You feel like that was all you had going for you? Was that you were the best?
Yeah. Because, I mean, I'm not really athletic. I run and stuff, but in terms of, like, sports, I never played sports. Like, my mom was always like, no, football's dangerous, soccer's dangerous, golf is dangerous. And you're just like, what the, how is this dangerous? Math can be dangerous, but you're good at, no, you know, it's just like, she's always very protective. Because I had an older brother who, like, got hurt playing football, so.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, like, I just, like, worked out instead, like, with machines and stuff, so it was, like, a controlled environment. Like, so she saw it. I'm like, alright, Mom, cool.
It sounds like your parents mean a lot to you.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're my world. I mean, like, what's up?
Oh, no.
I just, like, my dad, like, immigrated here. So, I mean, when he was my age now. So, in my mind, it's like, I'm struggling. But I think, like, to what he had to go through, and, like, I have a textbook. Like, he told me stories. He'd have a textbook and, like, a dictionary right next to him to, like, translate what they were saying.
Wow.
As he was doing it. And he'd just get it. And, like, my dad is an electrical engineer. And I'm struggling, like, in intro courses.
That's
you know,
pretty powerful.
Yeah, it's kind of, it's very,
It's
very.
a lot to live up to, too.
Yeah, and he always says that, like, I always say, like, oh, whatever you do, just be happy. Like, you know, follow a good path, and we'll be proud of you. And I'm always just like, yeah, but I mean, you deserve more than that. Like, you didn't go through all this just to, like, have a flub of a son. Flub, that's not even a word.
What
but,
would you consider to be, like, a flub?
Me right now. No, I guess someone who, like, doesn't live up to their full potential.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. And what do you think your full potential is? It's kind of a big question, but.
I mean, I don't really know. That's
and you kind of want to find out, maybe?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't really know what my full potential is, and I want to know. And I want to find it and then, like, be the best at it.
Yeah.
The only problem is, like, how are you supposed to put 100% into something that you can't see or feel, you know? And when I say see or feel, like, how am I supposed to, like, it's not like I take psychology or I take comp sci, and, like, struggling, but, like, they're not really interesting.
Okay.
You know, like, they're interesting, but they're not like, oh, I want to do this for the rest of my life. Interesting.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind going to work every day, doing this every day.
That's a lot of pressure to put on something.
Yeah,
I mean, it's fair. It makes sense because you are in college to find, or a lot of people consider themselves to be in college to find something that they want to do for the rest of their lives. But it's a lot of pressure. So you seem like you're handling it pretty well.
Thanks.
No, you too. Yeah, that's like an interesting, or I don't know, that like makes a lot of sense. Like that desire to learn about other fields and kind of figure out like what you want to do. Would you be interested in talking to like a career counselor? I know they like don't necessarily have like completely to do with careers.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times they just sort of like talk to students, ask them, and kind of are like good at pinning down their interests.
I mean, if those exist, yeah, totally, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, do you want me to set you up with one?
Sure, that sounds like it would really help a lot, actually. I mean, like, I hope they don't just kind of like sweep it under the rug, but
I don't think they will.
I
think
mean,
it's
their
kind of their job.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, okay, because it seems like a lot of your, like the fact that you aren't where you want to be in terms of grades has a lot to do with interest. If I'm like getting that right.
Okay, I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Do you also want like, because we could also set you up with like some tutors for some of your other classes. Would that be helpful to you as well?
I don't think it's absolutely necessary yet. I mean, maybe I should do that, but I just don't like interacting with other people, so I'm just kind of like, tutors.
Nice.
If it's a computer, then yeah, totally.
Okay, I mean, just let me know if you change your mind. You have like my email and everything.
Of course.
But And then, do you feel like your study habits are on point? You said you study at like the PCL or at home. Do you wish you knew how to study better, more efficiently, or?
I kind of wish more
Yeah.
efficiently, because I feel like I can get myself to the PCL and like to the locations I study, but like once I'm there, it's just like I feel like I waste time.
Yeah.
And like, even when I'm doing my assignments, I just waste time.
Like not focusing or like
Like
doing other things.
like, yeah, I guess like that. Like not
Yeah.
focusing, just kind of like not giving it all my attention.
Okay.
Like being able to be, I'm able to be distracted easily.
You're easily distracted.
Yes,
Yeah.
those are the words that I'm trying to think
No,
of.
your words make sense too.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, we can definitely. That's like also falls under like the area of the career counselor. But when I set up the appointment for you, I'll let them know that that's something that you're interested in as well, as like study strategies and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else that I can like help you with regards to your classes or with regards to other things that are going on?
Not really.
Not really?
I think it's all.
Okay, yeah. All right. Well, I'll email you about the career counselor and keep me updated if you think of anything else or if there's anything else you want.
Yeah, totally, definitely.
But yeah, it was nice meeting
Nice, you too.
Cool. Oh boy, how did you feel about that?
Yeah, good.
All right.
You know that none of that was